In this video, we're uncovering the disturbing truth about what's been hiding in America's most trusted peanut butter jars. The 10 brands you need to stop buying immediately. From dangerous salmonella outbreaks and contaminated manufacturing equipment to recalls that affected millions of families, what you're about to discover will completely change how you shop the peanut butter aisle. And here's the good news. Stick with me until the end, because I'll reveal the 4 truly clean brands that use nothing but peanuts and deliver the quality you deserve. Let's crack open the jars and separate the safe spreads from the contaminated mistakes that have been sitting in pantries across America. 10. Peanut Power Butter. Starting at number 10, Peanut Power Butter marketed itself to fitness enthusiasts and health-conscious shoppers, which makes its contamination history particularly troubling. In September 2012, this brand appeared on Sunland Incorporated's massive recall expansion due to potential salmonella risk. The recall was initiated after the CDC reported Salmonella breedinae illnesses linked to products manufactured at the Sunland facility. For older adults, Salmonella poses especially serious health risks. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making foodborne illnesses far more dangerous than they would be for younger people. What seemed like a protein-packed healthy choice turned into a potential source of severe gastrointestinal distress, dehydration, and complications that could require hospitalization. The Peanut Power Butter original formula products joined dozens of other items in what became one of the largest peanut butter recalls in recent history. The trust placed in a brand promising nutritional benefits was broken when manufacturing standards failed to protect consumers from dangerous bacterial contamination. 9. Naturally More. At number 9, Naturally More positioned itself as a premium, nutrient-enhanced peanut butter, appealing to shoppers seeking added health benefits. The irony couldn't be sharper. This brand that promised more actually delivered contamination risk during the same September 2012 Sunland recall. The manufacturer's recall notice specifically listed Naturally More peanut butter products, including crunchy and other variants, due to possible salmonella contamination. The CDC had reported Salmonella breedinae illnesses, and testing traced the outbreak strain back to the manufacturing facility. For those of us who remember when peanut butter meant simple, wholesome food, this represents everything wrong with modern food production. A brand that added flax seeds and other ingredients to boost nutritional profiles couldn't maintain the basic food safety standards that matter most. Older consumers often choose enhanced products specifically because they're managing their health more carefully as they age. The betrayal runs deeper when a brand marketing itself as healthier exposes customers to bacterial contamination that poses greater risk to the very demographics seeking those health benefits. 8. Sprouts Farmers Market. Coming in at number 8, Sprouts Farmers Market built its reputation on natural, organic, and health-focused products that attracted conscious shoppers looking for alternatives to conventional brands. That trust took a devastating blow in September 2012 when Sprouts' private label peanut butter products appeared on the Sunland recall list. Both creamy and crunchy varieties, including no-salt options, were recalled due to possible salmonella risk linked to the CDC-reported Salmonella breedinae outbreak. The recall notice confirmed that the outbreak strain had been identified at the manufacturing facility. What makes this particularly concerning for regular Sprouts customers is the assumption that store brands from health-focused retailers maintain higher standards. Many older shoppers specifically choose Sprouts because they are being more careful about what they eat. They're managing blood pressure, watching sodium intake, and trying to make responsible choices. When the no-salt peanut butter option, designed for people monitoring their health, turns out to carry contamination risk, it represents a fundamental failure of the trust that health-conscious retailers depend upon. The Sprouts name on a jar suggested careful sourcing and quality control, but the recall revealed that private label production can carry the same risks as any other manufacturer. 7. Open Nature. At number 7, Open Nature represented Safeway's answer to the natural foods movement, with packaging and branding that suggested simple, wholesome ingredients from trusted sources. In September 2012, that wholesome image shattered when both creamy and crunchy Open Nature peanut butter products were included in Sunland's recall expansion. The recall was initiated due to possible salmonella risk. with the manufacturer referencing CDC-reported Salmonella bredeni illnesses and confirming that the outbreak strain had been isolated from the production facility. For Safeway's loyal customers, many of whom have shopped at the chain for decades, this recall hit particularly hard. Older shoppers often develop deep loyalty to specific stores and their private label products, trusting that familiar brands they purchased for years maintain consistent quality. The Open Nature line specifically targeted customers seeking natural alternatives without the premium pricing of specialty brands. When salmonella contamination affected these products, it undermined the fundamental promise that natural and simple means safer. The recall forced longtime customers to question whether the store brands they'd trusted were actually manufactured with the care the packaging suggested, or simply produced at the same facilities handling conventional products with all the same contamination risks. 6. Archer Farms. At number 6, Archer Farms served as Target's premium private label, with distinctive packaging and positioning that suggested higher quality than generic store brands. The September 2012 recall shattered any illusions about premium private labels, guaranteeing superior safety. Archer Farms peanut butter with flax seeds and related items appeared on Sunland's recall expansion due to possible salmonella risk. The manufacturer's notice referenced CDC-reported Salmonella bredeni illnesses and noted that the outbreak strain had been isolated from the manufacturing facility. Target shoppers, many of whom choose Archer Farms specifically because it occupies the space between generic and name brand, felt particularly betrayed. The addition of flax seeds represented exactly the kind of health-conscious product development that appeals to older adults managing cardiovascular health and inflammation. Instead of delivering enhanced nutrition, these products carried the risk of serious bacterial infection. For seniors, salmonella doesn't just mean a few days of discomfort. It can lead to severe dehydration requiring emergency care, dangerous fever in bodies less able to regulate temperature, and complications that can trigger other health crises. The Archer Farms recall demonstrated that premium store branding offers no protection when manufacturing standards fail at the production facility level. 5. Trader Joe's approaching our top 5 worst offenders. Trader Joe's enjoys almost cult-like devotion from customers who trust the brand's carefully curated selection and reputation for quality private label products. That trust took a serious hit in September 2012 when Trader Joe's Valencia Creamy Salted Peanut Butter with sea salt and related peanut butter items appeared on Sunland Incorporated's recall expansion. The recall was initiated due to possible salmonella risk, with Sunland's notice referencing CDC-reported Salmonella bredeni illnesses. Testing had isolated the outbreak strain from the manufacturing plant environment. What makes the Trader Joe's recall particularly significant is the almost personal relationship many shoppers feel with the brand. Older customers often view Trader Joe's as a trusted friend in the grocery world, a place where unique products meet reasonable prices and everything feels a bit more carefully selected. The Valencia peanut butter variety specifically appealed to customers seeking something beyond standard offerings, a specialty item that seemed to represent Trader Joe's commitment to interesting, quality products. When that specialty item carried contamination risk, it forced devoted shoppers to confront an uncomfortable reality. Even Trader Joe's, with all its carefully cultivated image of quality and care, sources private label products from the same large manufacturers that supply everyone else, carrying all the same risks when those facilities fail to maintain proper sanitation and safety protocols. 4. Great Value. At number 4, Great Value represents Walmart's ubiquitous private label, found in millions of American households because of aggressive pricing and widespread availability. In 2007, the FDA issued a stark warning: consumers should not eat Great Value peanut butter with product codes beginning with 2111. This warning came during the Salmonella Tennessee investigation that also affected Peter Pan, as both products were tied to the same manufacturing facility. The CDC outbreak notice confirmed the connection, and peer-reviewed research published through PubMed documented that the outbreak strain was isolated from Great Value peanut butter and from the plant environment itself. For budget-conscious shoppers, particularly older adults living on fixed incomes from Social Security and retirement savings, Great Value often represents the practical choice that stretches limited dollars. When contamination affects the affordable option that so many people depend on, it hits the most vulnerable consumers hardest. Seniors managing expenses while trying to maintain decent nutrition faced an impossible situation. The peanut butter they bought to save money exposed them to bacterial infection that could cost thousands in medical bills and potentially life-threatening complications. The 2007 outbreak affected hundreds of people across dozens of states, and many of those sickened were older adults whose weakened immune systems made them particularly susceptible. Great Value's contamination proved that low prices mean nothing when basic food safety fails. 3. Peter Pan. Claiming the number 3 spot, Peter Pan carries deep nostalgia for generations of Americans who grew up with this classic brand. The familiar green label represented childhood lunches, after-school snacks, and comforting familiarity that spanned decades. That nostalgia turned bitter in 2007 when the CDC outbreak notice revealed disturbing news. The FDA advised consumers not to eat any Peter Pan peanut butter during the Salmonella Tennessee investigation. This wasn't a limited recall of specific lot codes. This was a blanket warning against an entire brand. Peer-reviewed outbreak reports published through PubMed documented the severity, noting that the outbreak strain was isolated both from Peter Pan peanut butter and from the manufacturing plant environment. The contamination was systemic, not a single batch mistake. For older adults who had trusted Peter Pan since their own childhoods and fed it to their children and grandchildren, the outbreak represented a profound betrayal. This was supposed to be the safe, familiar choice. Instead, hundreds of people across more than 40 states fell ill, many requiring hospitalization. Salmonella Tennessee caused severe symptoms, and for elderly victims, the infection triggered dangerous complications including sepsis and severe dehydration. Some never fully recovered. The 2007 Peter Pan outbreak forced a reckoning with the reality that nostalgic brands from simpler times are now manufactured in massive industrial facilities, where a single sanitation failure can sicken people nationwide. 2. Skippy. Coming in at number 2, Skippy has been an American pantry staple since 1933, with brand recognition that rivals any food product in the country. That household name status makes the March 2022 recall all the more alarming. The FDA issued a recall notice for certain Skippy peanut butter products due to possible stainless steel fragments from manufacturing equipment. Hormel Foods, which owns Skippy, confirmed the recall scope and contamination concern in their own press release. Think about that for a moment. Metal fragments in peanut butter. For older adults, this poses dangers beyond the obvious choking. Hazard. Dental work, including crowns, bridges, and implants that many seniors have, can be damaged or dislodged by biting down on metal. Digestive systems that may already be compromised by age or medication can suffer serious injury from sharp metal fragments. The intestinal damage that metal pieces can cause may require surgical intervention, particularly risky for elderly patients. What makes Skippy's metal contamination especially troubling is what it reveals about equipment maintenance and quality control. Manufacturing machinery doesn't just spontaneously shed stainless steel fragments. This indicates equipment degradation that wasn't caught before contaminated product reached store shelves. For a brand as established and well-funded as Skippy, such a basic failure of quality control represents inexcusable negligence. Generations trusted Skippy as a reliable staple, only to discover that somewhere along the decades, the commitment to basic product safety had deteriorated. 1. Jif taking the number 1 spot as the absolute worst peanut butter brand you can buy. Jif combines massive market dominance with a recent recall that affected millions of households. In May 2022, the FDA issued a recall notice for select Jif peanut butter products due to potential salmonella contamination. The outbreak investigation page provided detailed instructions for consumers to identify recalled lot codes affecting numerous varieties across multiple sizes. What makes Jif's contamination the most serious isn't just the scope, but the timing and the trust betrayed. Jif markets itself as America's favorite peanut butter, the creamy, sweet spread that defines the category for multiple generations. The brand's ubiquity means the contamination potentially affected more households than any other recall on this list. For older adults, Jif often represents the familiar comfort choice, the same brand they've purchased for 50 years or more. That deep familiarity breeds a sense of safety an assumption that something you've eaten thousands of times couldn't possibly harm you. The 2022 Salmonella outbreak shattered that assumption. Dozens of people fell ill across multiple states, with several requiring hospitalization. For elderly victims, Salmonella infection can trigger a cascade of health crises. Severe diarrhea leads to dangerous dehydration. Fever stresses hearts already managing cardiovascular disease. Weakened immune systems struggle to fight the infection, sometimes allowing the bacteria to spread beyond the intestines into the bloodstream, causing life-threatening septicemia. The Jif recall forced millions of Americans to check their pantries, discard jars they just purchased, and confront the reality that even the most dominant, trusted brands can fail at the most basic responsibility: keeping their food safe to eat. After exposing these concerning brands and their contamination histories, I know this information might feel overwhelming, but here's the relief you've been waiting for. Not every peanut butter brand has failed you. There are companies that understand peanut butter should contain peanuts, period. No salmonella outbreaks, no metal fragments, no massive recalls. Just simple, pure ingredients from manufacturers who never forgot what peanut butter is supposed to be. Let's look at the 4 brands that actually deserve your trust and your money. Adams Natural Peanut Butter. Starting our safe list at number 4, Adams Natural Peanut Butter proves that simplicity still exists in modern food manufacturing. The ingredient list shows exactly what peanut butter should contain: peanuts and 1% or less of salt. That's it, nothing else. Retail product descriptions confirm this commitment, stating that Adams is made with fresh roasted peanuts and a dash of salt. For older shoppers who remember when all peanut butter separated naturally and required stirring, Adams offers that authentic experience without compromise. The ingredients don't just sound simple on paper. They are simple in reality. No stabilizers to prevent oil separation, because that natural separation is how real peanut butter behaves. No added sugars to create artificial sweetness that mask the actual flavor of peanuts. No hydrogenated oils that make the texture artificially smooth while adding trans fats your cardiovascular system doesn't need. What you're getting with Adams is roasted peanuts ground into butter with just enough salt to enhance the natural flavor. The lack of preservatives and stabilizers means Adams requires refrigeration after opening and needs that nostalgic stir before spreading, but those minor inconveniences represent authenticity. For people managing their health carefully, Adams delivers protein, healthy fats, and nutrients from peanuts without the unnecessary additives that complicate ingredient lists and potentially compromise health. The brand has maintained these standards through ownership changes and market pressures, proving that some companies still prioritize ingredient integrity over profit margins and manufacturing convenience. 3. Teddy All Natural Peanut Butter. At number 3, Teddy All Natural Peanut Butter has been crafted in Massachusetts since 1925, bringing nearly a century of consistent quality and simple ingredients. The manufacturer's product page states clearly that Teddy contains just peanuts and a pinch of salt, with unsalted varieties available that contain literally only peanuts. Their FAQ reiterates this ingredient simplicity, confirming they add no oils and no sweeteners. What makes Teddy particularly noteworthy is their resistance to modernization pressures. While competitors reformulated with stabilizers and sweeteners to create products that never separate and taste like candy, Teddy refused to compromise. The natural oil separation you see in a jar of Teddy isn't a defect. It's proof that nothing artificial has been added to prevent the natural behavior of ground peanuts. For older consumers who value tradition and remember what real peanut butter tastes like, Teddy delivers that authentic experience. The company has stayed relatively small and regional, primarily serving the Northeast, which allows them to maintain quality control that massive national brands sometimes sacrifice for scale. When you open a jar of Teddy, you smell roasted peanuts, not artificial vanilla or chemical sweeteners. You taste peanuts, not corn syrup or palm oil. The texture requires that quick stir, but once mixed, Teddy spreads smoothly and delivers rich, genuine peanut flavor. For people concerned about added sugars affecting blood glucose or unnecessary sodium impacting blood pressure, Teddy's minimal ingredients provide peace of mind. This is peanut butter the way it was made, before food science complicated everything. 2. Crazy Richards, coming in at number 2. Crazy Richards takes ingredient simplicity to its logical conclusion with a product made from 100% US-grown peanuts and absolutely nothing else. The manufacturer's product description confirms no additives, no fillers, no salt, and no sugar. Retail ingredient lists show one word: peanuts. That's the complete ingredient list. One ingredient. For health-conscious older adults trying to minimize sodium intake, avoid added sugars, and reduce unnecessary additives, Crazy Richards represents the ultimate clean choice. The complete absence of salt makes this ideal for people managing hypertension or following doctor's orders to reduce sodium consumption. The lack of any sweeteners means the natural flavor of peanuts comes through without competition from added sugars that spike blood glucose. What you're tasting is pure roasted peanut flavor, exactly as nature intended. Crazy Richards requires stirring and refrigeration, and the texture is exactly as thick or thin as grinding plain peanuts creates without stabilizers to artificially modify consistency. Some people find the pure peanut flavor slightly less sweet than conventional brands, which is precisely the point. Your taste buds aren't being manipulated by added sugars. You're experiencing actual peanuts. The use of US-grown peanuts also provides some assurance about sourcing and agricultural standards, supporting American farmers while maintaining ingredient integrity. For anyone who has struggled with ingredient labels full of unpronounceable chemicals and unnecessary additions, Crazy Richards offers refreshing honesty. One ingredient means one ingredient. No fine print, no exceptions, no compromises. 1. Once again, organic, unsweetened creamy peanut butter, taking the top spot as the absolute best peanut butter you can buy. Once again, organic, unsweetened creamy peanut butter represents the pinnacle of purity and quality. The ingredient list shows dry roasted blanched organic peanuts. That's it. One ingredient, and it's certified organic. The manufacturer's product description confirms this is made with one ingredient for the unsweetened, salt-free variety. What makes Once Again extraordinary is the organic certification that guarantees peanuts grown without synthetic pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizers. For older adults concerned about cumulative pesticide exposure over a lifetime, organic certification provides genuine protection. The blanching process removes peanut skins, creating a smoother texture naturally without adding oils or emulsifiers. The dry roasting develops deep flavor without requiring added salt or sweeteners to compensate for processing shortcuts. What you're getting is the pure essence of organically grown peanuts, transformed into butter through traditional methods that honor the ingredient. Once Again operates as a worker-owned cooperative, which means the people making your peanut butter have direct stake in maintaining quality and safety standards. There's no corporate pressure to cut corners or maximize profits at the expense of ingredient integrity. The company offers complete transparency about sourcing, processing, and ingredients, publishing information that larger manufacturers would never risk sharing. Independent testing consistently shows, Once Again, products free from contaminants, with no recalls in their history. For people who want peanut butter that's not just safe from contamination, but actively promotes health through clean, organic ingredients, Once Again delivers everything peanut butter should be. This is the choice for anyone who refuses to compromise on quality, who values organic agriculture, and who believes food should contain exactly what the label says and nothing more. There you have it. 10 peanut butter brands with contamination histories that should make you think twice before reaching for that familiar jar, plus 4 brands that prove peanut butter can be pure, simple, and safe. Before your next grocery run, remember, check those ingredient lists, look for organic certification when possible, and never assume that familiar brands from your childhood have maintained the standards they once held. If this video changed how you'll shop the peanut butter aisle, hit that like button, drop a comment telling me which brand shocked you most, and share this with family and friends who deserve to know what's really in their pantry. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss content exposing the truth about everyday foods and protecting your health. Thanks for watching, and here's to safer, cleaner choices in every aisle.